But that's cute. How long have you guys been together? You and the guy that you're seeing?
2 months. It's cute.
Yeah.
It's cute. It's like, boyfriend is always like a loose term for me too.
Yeah, I know what you mean. You're like,
because
some guy I'm hanging out with.
That's not my husband.
Right.
You know? I'm destined to be a single auntie. It's just fun for now.
My life is leading that way too. So.
Yeah, but you know what?
That's kind of ideal.
I think it's ideal when I close my eyes and I see the fig tree of my life and every branch. I'm like, one of them is being like cool, kid-free, happy, joyful auntie who just travels. A lot of traveling, a lot of hanging out, and doing just whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah. You know? Totally. And also you never know. Like, I feel like a lot of my parents' friends, like, they all, like, some of them were like, I'm never gonna have kids, and then when they were, like, 35, they were like, actually, we're having a baby. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's, like, that kind of shit just, like, happens sometimes.
Yeah, and just, like, really paying attention to that. Yeah. A lot of shit really does just happen.
Yeah.
And then
most things, honestly.
Most things happen.
Most things happen without you even trying. It's just like, all of a sudden I'm doing this thing.
And then we're all like, you know, brilliant byproducts of some...
Totally.
Of all those things, like the collateral of all those things. Yep. You know? So, I'm into that.
So true. No, it's nice, because then it's like you can't really plan too much, you know?
No.
I feel like you can be intentional of, like, the people that you're around and the places that you go, and, like, that sets you up for, like, gears your life towards a certain way.
Yeah.
But in terms of, like, most of it, it's just kind of, like, chance, you know? Like, it's just really true.
What a nice, kind of relief, almost, in that.
Yeah.
Like, you could see 5, 6, 7 steps in the future, and you that all of that could just you know, take a back seat to whatever type of present thing is. It's all immediate reality type shit, and I find myself more of a immediate reality type person. I'm not like,
a better way to be.
I'm not a strategist.
Yeah.
Like, I've lost every game of chess I've ever played, so I might as well. You know,
you're present. You're living in the moment. Okay, you're not thinking 4 steps ahead because it's like we're here now. So
then you miss out on this.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with that.
Thank you.
Yeah, totally.
Yay!
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's hit it. B-roll.
B-roll. Okay, so maybe just talk a little bit about, start off with when you moved to San Francisco and why, like what drew you here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I've been living and working in the Mission for about 5 years now. I moved here in 2021 because I was working at Buffalo Exchange on Valencia, and my friend Ro and I were both interested in like moving out of our parents' house. You know, we were like 18, 19, and it just seemed like the thing to do. I felt like I was working there, and I was taking BART every day. I spent so much time on BART, coming from Daly City BART to 16th and Mission. I probably hundreds, but I moved in with Ro, and my friend Alicia, who I actually met at Buffalo Exchange when I was working there. Buffalo Exchange proved to be like a huge portal for me. Like, I was there and it was a shitty job, but I was working with clothes, which is like what I like to do, and it afforded me some invaluable connections, because Alicia came into my life through that job. They walked in one day from Michigan, and they were like, I'm looking for a job. You guys hiring? And you know, they got hired same day, because they're just that kind of person. And yeah, we got to talking, and within the first week of knowing each other, we were like, we both figured out that we needed a place to live. We were both like, why don't we just do it together? Why don't we just like move in together? So we started as roommates, and then became best friends through that. So I have to thank Buffalo Exchange for that, for all of its negative side effects, it was like a really cool thing. And I also met Josh, who I work with at Afterlife, which is the vintage store that I work at. And because I met him through there, he would come in all the time, I was able to get a job at the shop that I've been at for the past 4 years. And that place is a huge integral part of my life. It's where we do the art shows. It's where I met Angel, who's not only my coworker but my roommate, and also worked at Buffalo Exchange when in Southern California. So lots of serendipity, lots of crossover there, and so I moved here and I met all these wonderful people, and by way of my connections, I've afforded a pretty cool life for myself where I'm at right now. So,
hell
yeah, that's how I ended up here.
Nice.
Yeah, from Pacifica.
Cool.
I grew up in Pacifica.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is not too far. It's like 20 minutes down the coast. So, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And when you were first thinking of moving to San Francisco, were you thinking, like, I want to be in the Mission? Like, was that part intentional, or did that just kind of happen?
Yeah, that kind of, like, it kind of fell in my lap. I had no idea that this place would mean so much to me when I started working here, because obviously I started working on Valencia Street, and I owe a lot to Valencia Street because a lot of my life has been kind of like localized there for the past couple years, and just by chance. So I can't help but think that something greater was pushing me here, and something greater is keeping me here, and I kind of rely on that when I like get stressed, where I'm like, oh, I've been in the same place for like 4 years, but it's like, grand scheme of things, 4 years is 4 years is 4 years. So, and it hasn't even felt that long. Like, I think about it and I'm like, a lot of the shit that I'm like, whoa, that happened, you know, like I feel like I've known Alicia like my whole life. I feel like I've known Angel my whole life, like all these people, and it's like, oh my god, it's been this amount of time. Like it feels very relative, because it's just flying by. So but that's why I want to be more present, you know, because I'm like, this is my early 20s in one of the greatest cities on earth, and I want to like lean into it full force and make something of it, which, you know, is kind of my MO right now. Mm-hmm. What am I going to do with this time?
Yeah. When
I'm young and sexy and capable and like, you know, like what do I do with that? So, own it.
Cool. Yeah.
Own it.
Hell yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
And then, do you want to talk a little bit about like yourself as like an artist and like making art and that sort of side of things?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, honestly, I've been feeling crazy imposter syndrome is like the only way I can describe it, which sounds corny, but like, I don't know, we're in a very art-centric city, so, you know, and I'm like hanging out at in a lot of spaces that are, you know, committed to art, and I meet a lot of like artistic people, and that means a lot of different things. Like through the connections I make, I realize that doesn't mean one thing, and it kind of exists in this in-between place that I like to lean into. Like for me, even though like sometimes what I consider to be my art isn't the most like hands-on tangible thing, it's more so like the way I like present myself and the way I show up every day, the way I dress, the connections I make, the meaning that I assign to those connections, that all feels like art to me. That all feels like my creative endeavor, because I'm like, how can I deepen the immediate reality that I'm living in? How can I make this moment with another person feel meaningful, which I feel to me is what art is. It's just like creating like a tangible intangible, I guess, like something that like brings forth something that exists inside of you that means something to you, and presenting it in a way that might only mean something to you. Like I don't know, I think a big thing for me is like what I wear every day and like how I show up. Like that's my art. I like to say it's kind of, you know, I'm like my swag is my art, you know, the way I like talk to people, the way that I connect with people. I'm like, that is the way that I like to create art. I like to write about it when I can't articulate it to other people. Trying to find the words is I think another kind of form for me. And so we do a lot of writing. I haven't really presented any of it, but I know when I do, it'll be in some sort of like divine timing that I can really like lean into. So writing is huge to me, fashion is huge to me, connection's huge to me, and I feel like all of those things kind of fall under the umbrella of my art. So that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
In terms of what I would say I'm creating, because I don't want to talk about no shit that I'm planning on doing. Like it's one thing to talk about it, but I'd rather be about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah. Do you feel like when you moved here, it was pretty easy to like tap into a community and like a scene of people that you were like-minded in terms of artistic inclinations and stuff? Or
I feel like I have found myself in a really special position. I've found myself in a community of people that find so much joy and fun in like the art they make. Like a lot of the art shows we're putting on at Afterlife are like the clown show, and like we're about to have like a tattoo artist show, and like it just it pulls from all these people that have like their own kind of medium, but there's like a shared vision, like kind of like a prompt, which I think is kind of fun, because it's like, like I think that helps usher in kind of a new side of people, where they're like, I have this like vision that I have to like find my own version of, and bring forth whatever that means. And then my favorite part is when we all come together, and then there's like some sort of like ceremony about it. That's how the art shows feel to me, and they feel like this big ceremony where people can come together and kind of be like, it's like serious but like unserious, you know what I mean? Because it's like, I feel like in kind of the idealized versions of art scenes, you're like, it's like a little more hoity-toity, like it's like posh or whatever, but the way that like I see like this community I found myself in doing it is like, no, let's just like all get together and like create and have fun with it. And if somebody fucks with it, they can buy it, but if they don't, it's also like up on the walls and people can enjoy it, and I see people every day enjoying it, and that's just like a huge inspiration to me, because it's like this came from people's minds, their hearts, wherever it came from, and then to have someone feel moved by it is like, I don't know, it's like a hug, it's like a spiritual hug, because it's like, whoa, like this thing that exists, what feels like it only exists inside of me, has found its way unto you, and that's kind of like a really special thing. So I really like the community I found myself in. I find my place in it deepening by the meaning that I give to it, and I think things are only as meaningful as you make them. So I'm trying to really embrace it and kind of find my place in it. But as of right now, it felt fluid. It felt like breathing air, finding myself in this position, and I'm grateful for it, and I want to deepen it. So I don't shy away from any kind of connection, because you never know where you're going to find yourself. And I think that's pretty easy to do anywhere. Here in the city, anywhere you go, if you just kind of do it with an open heart and eyes that see and arms that are open. So,
yeah.
Sorry if you can see my pit stains. I'm sweating bullets right now. I'm on camera. Shit.
No, you look great.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Like the bang. B-roll.
Is there anything?
Bloopers.
Yeah. Is there anything about living here and being an artist in the city that you think that you find is hard, or is there anything like any ways that you've struggled, or you know,
that imposter syndrome is I would say like kind of a big hang up. The just like getting in your own head and being like, oh, this is like what it's supposed to be, or like what it's supposed to look like, or am I not producing enough, or am I not shit, am I broke and dusty, and is this all for naught, you know, like this, like even today when like I was like, okay, today I'm gonna kind of hone in on this project I'm working on that we're gonna put on in the spring, which I'm like, save me spring, you know. Spring is a huge inspiration to me, but I'm like, damn, even today I was like kind of laying there and I was like, I'm not doing what I said I was gonna do. And I would say that like self-doubt, or the just the general kind of depression that I get about not being everything I want to be in the time that I have, and like showing up in the way that I want to show up, in the way that I know I can show up, because when I like close my eyes and I visualize all of the versions of myself that I can be, there's so many, and it's like I'm not going to be all of them, and am I any of them today? Like, I don't know. And I feel like that's kind of that's a hard feeling, and I know I'm not alone in it, but sometimes it can be very isolating, you know, because you can't really explain that. And I would say my biggest hang up right now is having all of these things that I know I want to do, and having to kind of like work all the time, and just being tired, and you know, being a part of this collective thing that's in so much pain right now. And it's like, is any of it like worth it, you know? Is this meaningful? And but then I look at the stuff, look at the community, I look at the way people come together over this kind of stuff, and I'm like, yes, it is worth something. Like, this is the most meaningful thing that you can do, is just keep showing up and like keep meeting people and connecting and like forming that community. And you know, I feel like that's a super resilient thing to do, because there's like a lot of things that are at play that want us to be isolated, that want us to be to shy away from community. And I don't know, like recently I've taken a step, like I don't want to be on like Instagram or anything, even though like I know that it's like a good way to connect with people. Like I feel so alone when I'm on that platform, and I know I hear a lot of people say the same thing. And I would say that like sometimes I'll see people like doing stuff on Instagram, and I'm like, wow, I'm not there, like I'm not, you know, producing the way that other people are, or you know, making my life, like presenting my life in a certain way, and which is an art form. I would say that, like, you know, the way that you present yourself is like, you like every day is like canvas, you know, like every day is your medium to show up. And I see so many people who have such a beautiful, interesting, unique way of doing that, and I'm like, oh man, am I supposed to be this and that? And it's like, no. Like, I guess like my biggest hang up is just kind of releasing that and being like, my brand, my life, my art is me, and there's nothing else like that, and I need to not be influenced by this like huge megalodon of like social media, and just like, you know, like kind of the influence of your peers or expectations, and just being like doing me, like regardless. Like I think that is kind of what's hard for me, is just getting caught up with that, you know, when you're like, when I'm feeling really low and insecure, which happens a lot, but you still show up, you put on a good outfit, and you make the day yours. You may, you know, that's how I protest it, you know, even when I'm feeling real bad.
Yeah. Is there anything, like, about San Francisco specifically that you feel like makes it like exacerbates those things or makes it hard to be here. Like I know you talked about like having to work a lot.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Like,
no, and I mean I got it good because I like my job. I like working with clothes. I got a really good schedule that I feel was, afforded to me by my time spent with this job. So I feel very lucky in that regard, and I know that it's so much harder for a lot of other people, and I think San Francisco just being an expensive kind of centralized place of capital and it's very productivity forward. Like if you're not producing, contributing, I feel like you can get counted out in a way. But then there's like all these pockets of people that like don't care if you're broke, don't care if you're like, struggling, if you are, showing up even when it's hard, even when you're like working every day, like, and doing your thing. That's where I find myself. People from all different classes, creeds are coming together over like these shared visions. But I would say that I think San Francisco is a really special place. I think that it is scary and weird sometimes, creepy at times, but I think it's also dynamic and beautiful, and it like any place, it is its people, and there are so many beautiful people. I don't like when people generalize this place as like this this idea that they have of it, because I feel as though anything is what you make of it, and different people are coming from different places, and respecting that and platforming that, and like cultivating a space where you're uplifting people like that you don't know, that you haven't grown up with, is important. And I feel like it's good to do that here because there's so many like different kinds of people. There's so many different kinds of people, and there's so many different ways to be artistic, and you see that a lot, and you just have to like show up and like look and appreciate. And I would say that it's hard, and I'd say that sometimes it can feel a bit like it can feel a bit depressing because you're like, damn, I'm working every day, and all I want to do is like hang out and create and like feel productive and feel as though everybody has that chance, and then sometimes it feels like nobody has that chance. And I guess it can be a bit depressing, especially now when everything's just hella expensive and sad, and it's just like, damn. But I feel as though people can really use that, like from our lowest places. I feel like they lend it, that lends itself to our greatest highs, because what it's like to hurt and to struggle, and that makes for what it's worth, it makes for some really beautiful art, and that's what I see out here. So
yeah, I was just talking about that in the interview I did earlier about how I feel like even though like so much of what people are talking about, I'm interviewing a lot of people that were here in the 90s, and they all just say like, we came to the Mission because it was easy to live here. You could work 3 or 4 days a week part-time, and then just go to shows and do art and hang out with your friends the rest of the week, and it was easy, and that's why we were all here. And I'm like, damn, that's definitely not true anymore. Like, it's not easy and chill to be here, but I feel like there's this way that like that can be motivating, and it also makes you appreciate when stuff is good and cool, and like when you're at something that you're like, damn, this is so awesome. It's like kind of like makes it more special almost, because you're like, I've worked so hard for this, and like I'm working so hard just to be here, and like I don't know, it makes you like appreciate it more in this way of just being like, whatever, I'm just here, and like whatever, it's fine. You know, it's like you think about it more, and it's like you don't take it for granted. It's like
absolutely
we're choosing to be here, even though it's like the odds are against us. It's like it kind of is this cool thing.
Even though it's hard, even though it's hard. I like that too. I like that people are continuing to show up. I think that resilience is like a beautiful thing, and I know that I be going out and going out to meet people and seeing music and going to shows and just kind of doing that has been another huge portal to this world that we're living in. And I think, but you gotta show up, you gotta do it. You gotta do it, and sometimes it's hard to do it when you're dog tired, because you're like, fuck, I worked every day, and all I want to do is like, like hang out, and I just I think that if people continue to like show up and do the fun things, that's like a huge like act of resilience, and they don't want you to have fun, they don't want you to like do your thing and feel empowered and create the world that's behind your eyes, because that's like a very powerful thing. And like I think that it's pretty radical to keep showing up and doing fun things and resting, and yeah.
I don't know how long it's been like that.
How long? It's the aura.
Yeah.
Yeah, heavenly.
It's the angels protecting us,
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. That's okay.
Do you want to...
Can you just scoot your chair?
Yeah, absolutely.
I did not notice that.
I don't think it was there that long.
Okay, I guess the sun's gonna move.
Yeah, the sun is going to keep moving.
And
blah,
this
blah,
other-
blah.
Regardless. This way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay.
Oh, I'm just trying to-
Cool. But yeah, I agree with what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta show
Um,
up, for sure.
Just keep showing up. What's Natasha Bedingfield? She's talking about release your inhibitions. You know,
Feel it on your skin.
feel it right now on your skin. No one else can do it for you. Only you.
It is.
You can let it in. You
No
know?
one else.
That is some
No one
real
else.
shit.
Yeah.
I would get that song tattooed on my fucking back. Like,
Yeah.
the genius lyrics.
Nothing
Because really though, like, no one else can feel it for you. People can, like, feel you, but you have to let it in. Yeah.
Yeah. True.
Yeah. So, let it in. Keep letting it in.
Do you ever feel tempted to move, or do you ever think about living somewhere else?
Definitely. This is good for now.
Yeah.
I'm in my early 20s. I'm 23. And there are several chapters of my life, God willing. And I find myself in different biomes. Like, I don't know if I'm inherently a city girl. I think that I'm here now, and I think that I am having the time of my life, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be. But I'm gonna retire to the desert. I'm gonna get my freak on in Joshua Tree. I'm gonna have a spell in. I think I gotta go to Canada for a little bit. Just really touch some grass and. Yeah, I don't know. I see, again, there's all these branches of my life on the fig tree, and I'm like, which one of these versions of myself do I want to pursue? What shenanigans will ensue? I do not know. Like we were talking about earlier, like, there's no way of knowing. You could plan 5 steps ahead. Something could happen tomorrow, and it just, shakes your shit up, shakes your whole world up. So
Yeah.
But I do think about moving. I was gonna go down south for a little bit. I don't know, like Santa Cruz. Just something a little more, because it's so all the time here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's so like, you walk outside and it's just constant stimulation, and you don't even realize how much that's taxing your nervous system until you like sit down, like lay down. You're like, oh my god, I saw all of these things happen today, and I had XYZ interactions, and they can get ugly. I've had some like really ugly interactions here. Alternatively, beautiful, or maybe simultaneously beautiful, but like you see some shit. It's like not. It's it's not easy. You have to like, you have to kind of find it. You have to find the humanity in it, you know, because there's so much pain here, especially in the Mission, you know. I lived at 16th and Mission, you know. You see people die. You see people dying. And, I mean, it's one thing to just, like, see it, an entirely different thing to live it, you know. But people are really sick, and that's hard to see. It's hard to feel, like, when you're moving through it. You can feel it if you feel that kind of thing. You can feel it, and it's, like, it's painful, but I don't know. Yeah, you do what you can, but it's, yeah, I don't know. I wish I had the words.
No, I know what you mean.
I'm still trying to find them. Yeah.
I totally know what you mean. I mean, it's just like that's like such a prevalent thing about living in San Francisco that it's just like a constant with, you know, and just like wealth disparity and all of that. And it's just so in your face in this way that like I don't experience when I go other places, and it can be very frustrating.
Yeah.
And hard.
You don't experience a lot of other places. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like that dissonance that freaks me the fuck out. Because I'm like, are you not seeing this? You see people just void it out. And I'm like, I mean, in a certain way, I guess we all do that in our own ways, but it's just, sometimes it's so fucking blatant. And it's hard to see when people like kind of remove that human part of people that they see, and you see a lot of that in the Mission, I would say. Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, totally. I feel like there's kind of like this coldness.
Yeah.
In San Francisco right now because of like how hard it is to be here. I think people that have money and are here are cold because they feel like mad that it's so fucked up here and that like it's dirty and there's people dying on the street and they don't want to deal with that because they are paying so much.
Yeah.
And then for people that don't have a lot of money, it's like they are angry that they can't live here easily. You know what I mean? It just feels like there's just a lot of tension in this way that I don't remember there being when I was a kid. You know? And I think maybe some of that is, of course, I'm older and now I can be more aware of stuff. Right. But I also feel like in general it's like it's different. There's just more, dichotomy and like, you know, these very extreme things right next to each other, and it's such a small space. The city's so tiny. You feel everything so much because of how dense and tiny it is. There's not the room that like LA or New York has where it's like it can be more spread out and you can like, you know, it's like everyone's so on top of each other. It's like,
yeah,
you know?
no, I mean, no, dude, it's divisive, and you can feel it coming more to a head as we head into whatever kind of culmination or reckoning is going to happen, because there's got to be one. I don't know what that's going to look like. This is me just, you know, talking. Whatever it's going to look like is whatever it's going to be, but, you know, you see it. If you want, like, a clear visualization, we're on Valencia Street right now. Mission is one street over. You know what I mean? That is a visual, tangible dichotomy that's so crazy. Valencia is pristine. I mean, it's not pristine, but you go on a mission, and it's just like, why is this such a different? Why is there such a dichotomy here? You know, and it's fucking freaky. It's creepy. I wish I had a better word for it. It's creepy, disturbing, and I have seen it get worse since I lived, because when I moved to the Mission in 2021, I moved 16th and Mission next to the Walgreens, and I was there for a year, and now when I get off the bus at 16th and Mission, it's like a zombie land, you know? It's like it's gotten so much worse in just the short period of time that I've been here, and I'm like, I don't even know what to attribute that to. I don't even know. But it's disturbing when you see it on Valencia. Just Mission. I take that walk almost every day, and in the short amount of time, it has gotten so much worse, and that's so freaky. I don't know if it needs to come to a head for it to get better. I don't know how it's worked before. Revolution, people coming together, that community that is afforded to you by way of, you know, showing up and creating art together. You know, maybe that can be the ticket, you know? Mm-hmm. But I don't know, it's not an easy thing.
Do you mind if we shift again?
Yeah, let's do it. Big shift.
Maybe on this side?
I'm thinking over here.
I think the sun is gonna, if you stay on this side of the room, the
You think
sun
it's
is
gonna hit-
moving
I think
this.
it's gonna get blocked by the wall.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. That might be true.
Because I think the other side is blocking.
Ooh,
Okay.
pardon me. Is this good right here?
Hey, girl.
Oh, another one! It's like a mirror. I think that might be one of the greatest songs ever made.
Whoa.
Is that instinct?
It's JT.
No, yeah.
It's JT.
Wow, I've not thought about that song in a long time.
Yeah,
Maybe
I'm
I'll
gonna-
move over here
Yeah.
so that you're not looking too far away.
It might be kind of existential looking though. From
Yeah,
off
looking
in
off into the
space,
distance.
You know.
Can you get my shirt?
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, you're doing great.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Got it.
Oh my god, so well spoken.
Lord knows I can talk.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you got really cool things to say. I love it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Totally.
I don't think I've ever been interviewed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So when you
I know,
asked
it's
me,
kinda funny. It's
Yeah.
really good.
it was cool when you were like,
I give a fuck what you have to say. I was like,
whoa.
I do. I'm so glad.
I was like,
to
that's
know.
cool.
Can
Wow.
you flip it?
Oh yes.
Okay. I was interviewed once when I was
Okay.
in the 6th grade about bullying.
Oh.
Yeah, about
That's important.
bullying.
Yeah.
And a local band made like a music video called Bullying, Stomp It Out. And in the cutaway of the music video, there's just like 12-year-old B just like being like, it's wrong. I would look a bully in the eye and I'd say, stop doing that. It's not cool. It's on YouTube.
Oh my god. Let's put that in the B-roll of the movie. At the end of your interview.
Yeah, that's a real B-roll right there. Yes.
Is this going?
Is this thing on? Like, check.
But
Okay. What do I else have I not asked? Okay. Yeah. So just.
hang on. This is who's the last group that's on this bike.
Hi.
Hey, sorry, I didn't know y'all
No, you're
started.
fine. We just. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Okay, I'm almost out of here.
Okay. I'm just gonna ask you more questions about being an artist.
Okay. Yeah.
That's kind of like what I must say.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, so what are some of your favorite places to experience art, like either music or visual art
Mhm.
in the Mission? Like, do you feel like there's some like centers,
Absolutely.
like physical spaces?
Yeah. Shout out Adobe Books. Shout out Afterlife. I've been loving the shows that we've been doing there. Ape, ran by Phyllis herself. Yeah, I think we're in like such a good like pocket of the city. I feel like there's for what it is, 7x7, right? It's there's so many pockets. There's so many places to be. I found myself fortunate enough to be in this one. This is like a really cool space. Swag Studios. These are all like places that like on a sick one you find yourself in and you're hanging out and everyone's like talking and laughing and playing music and you're like, oh my god, like this moment is art, you know? These friendships are art. This is my art. And like that's really what I feel is my favorite medium, is just the connections that I've made in this city. Because they feel so divine. Like they exist in a place that I'm still trying to find the words for. And I think that that's my mission statement. Mission. And yeah, so I just am trying to lean into that and keep doing that and keep hanging out because my friendships are my masterpiece, you know, in this life.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
that. Do you feel? Yeah, I know.
You too.
Oh,
Come on.
Hallmark card.
Yeah. Our friendship is my masterpiece. I love that.
Put it on a
It's
tee.
so cute. Do you feel pretty supported in the mission in general? Like, do you feel like that's easy to find and be a part of, generally?
Yes, yeah. You know, I see it all the time. I see someone, you know, have an idea, and then the next person be like, I fuck with that, like, let's make something out of it, you know? And sometimes you need that push. Sometimes you literally just need one person to be like, I see you. Like, that is exciting to me. Like, that's so exciting to me. When I, like, say something and, like, someone finds it easy to be into or, like, accessible, like, even just, like, talking to you and, like, you wanting to, like, share this experience, you know, I was bullshitting at Taco Tuesday, and you were like, do you want to talk about this more? And I was like, oh my god, like, this person saw me in this moment where, I was just being myself and they thought it was worth something. And I think that's where good art comes from, because it's like, it just comes from that natural place where, and then someone like feels you on it, and that connection that is afforded by way of that is like, it is so cool. It is so cool. It's my favorite part. So yeah, I think that I have seen that here. I've experienced it firsthand. And it's really cool. It's really cool to be a part of those things and to be a part of that. So, yeah, I'd say it's pretty. If as long as you're just like going into it like you're like, hell yeah, like why not? You know, it's like a why not situation, because if you don't do it, it exists here, and who's to say that's not worth something? You know, like that's my thing, is like, am I gonna die with all this shit just like in my head? And like I never did anything with it, and then I'm like, tight, okay, we get it. Let me do something. Let me write that down, because at least if I write it down, then like,
Someone will find it one day.
yes, and I told my cousins, I was like, when I die, you guys are the two that can go through all this, and you just oh, what sounds kind of cool, and then but put all the, you know. You can leave all the other stuff on the back burner, you know. But, yeah, so I got journals. I got journals. I've kept journals since I was, like, 10. It's, like, this high. I'm going to keep writing until I die, because words are a big thing for me. Finding the right words is a big thing for me. And I can't seem to do it sometimes, which it's hard, but it's also what it's all about.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
struggle.
If it ain't hard, you know, if you don't do hard things, you'll never know what you can be. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and definitely with art, I feel like it's always changing, and your relationship to it is always changing.
Yeah.
And what is good one day to you, the next day you'll hate, and that's just like
Yeah.
part of the thing, because it's like it's not a static thing. It's a very always evolving thing within
Yeah.
you. So
Super dynamic. Yeah. Totally. I don't know. I just also like not putting yourself in like a box, being like, I'm a writer. You know, I'm like, you know, I like when people kind of describe themselves as many a thing under one, like a multi-instrumentalist. I'm like, oh, that's cool, you know. And Yeah, I don't know. I'm not one for like, I'm not huge with labels. So, even when you were like, I'm interviewing artists, I'm like, am I even that? You know? But then I meditated on it and I was like, dude, you know, every day is my craft. Every time I show up and get dressed and talk with another person and connect, I'm like, that's art. And I'm like, we're all artists because our lives are masterpieces, our friendships.
Yeah.
And yeah, I would say everybody's an artist in that regard. So,
Yeah, I totally, and just being a part of a community that, like, that is artistically inclined.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's like, we're just interviewing people that are, like, maybe you yourself aren't necessarily always making art and showing it, but, like, you're a part of that, and you're supporting that, and you're, like, tapped into that, and that's, like, also valuable, you know?
Yeah.
It's, like, that qualifies, I think, completely, you know? I mean, like, I'm not always playing a show every day,
Yeah.
or writing a song every day, or even singing every day, but I'm a musician every day, I'm an artist every day.
Absolutely.
Anyways, so it doesn't really matter, you know? It's just, like, who you are inside. Okay. If you had to distill the general vibe of being in the mission and living here right now in this moment of your life and being around the people that you are, if you had to distill that experience down to just like a few adjectives, are there any words that kind of like pop, like flash, pop out in your mind?
Let's see.
Like how it feels to be here.
Okay. Yeah. Dynamic. Concentrated. Alive. Colorful. Angry. Passionate. It's like so special, you know. It's so special. It's unlike anywhere else I've been, you know. I can see it refracted in places I go, but it is so vibrant and brilliant, and you can feel its depth with everything that it is. You can feel that there's so much depth in this place, and there's so much that people are tapped into and present. And I think it's, you know, it's when I see people celebrating and coming together and being so joyful, I'm like, this is what this place is about. I would say in the mission specifically is its own world in regards to San Francisco, because San Francisco, for being so small, it has so many different aspects to it, you know, so many different vibes. And I don't use that V word lightly, okay? Like, vibes. And you can catch them left and right, but you can catch a sweet one at the mission. You can catch a really sweet one. And yeah, I'm happy to be here. It's for now. It's not forever, but it's for now. And I'm so grateful to be a part of it for the time that I'm here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, how do you feel like it's being here specifically is like contributing to you as an artist, or like how you're thinking about art? Like, has that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is the place itself influencing you in any ways artistically?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, you know, it informs me every day. Like, it reminds me of what I'm made of, what I really, like, am. What I really am. And so, yeah, I mean, it's bringing forth something that exists within me. You know, I'm here every day. I'm living here every day. Whatever I am making is a product of where I am. So being here it definitely inspires me all the time. I mean, yeah, I think that it is a huge catalyst for whatever I'm gonna be, whatever I am. I think that this place is a big part of it, and I will always regard it highly. I will always be grateful to Valencia Street. I I remember being on mushrooms and like walking down Valencia, and I'm like, I don't want to be like on mushrooms in the city, but I'm so grateful for this street. And I was just crying. I was walking home from, where was I? I was at the Royal Cuckoo, and then I walked home. I live in Lower Haiti, so I walked home from there. It was a long ass walk, and I have this bell on my bag, and it was like dangling, and like I was convinced it was talking to me. And I was like, my friend, and it was like, just, and I was like, this is like an angel, and I've met so many angels at Buffalo Exchange, and like, I remember having just like a nice moment with myself and with this place, and being like, this place has delivered me into where I am now, and where I am now is going to, platform me into whatever's next, and I'm excited for whatever's next. I don't know what it's going to look like, but I know it's going to be beautiful, because I didn't know that this place was going to happen to me, and it's been so beautiful. And, yeah. And then I walked by an angel's trumpet plants. They're everywhere here, right? The ones that, like, hang upside down, they smell so good. Mm-hmm. And they're, like, in the nightshade family, and if you smell them enough, you, like, go psychotic. And I was just, like, huffing it like glue. Because it was like a siren. It was like calling to me, and it was like, smell me. And I was like, okay. And then I sent a picture to my friend Angel's trumpets. And she was like, dude, don't smell that flower. Like, poisonous. And I was like, dude, I don't know if I'm tripping because of the shrooms or because of the goddamn nightshade. But yeah, I didn't know. But now I do, and they're everywhere here,
Yeah,
like, who's planting these?
Here. I think there was one of my grandparents' backyard in Oakland growing up, and it was like, we weren't allowed to go back to where that plant was, because they were like, it's dangerous, and if you, like, ingest any of it, it's really bad.
They're beautiful,
so I've always been scared of them because of that.
Yeah, I never had that, I had a rude awakening, I guess, because they smell so good. Yeah. A literal siren. They kind of look like one, too, like a mermaid.
True.
And they smell so good.
Yeah.
They're very intoxicating.
Yeah.
Segue. Flower segue. Psychedelic segue. It happens.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we got through all my questions. I don't know if there's anything you want to add, like, at all.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just grateful that you thought what I was talking about. We got drunk at a party and you thought what I was talking about was cool, and you were like, "I fuck with your vision, dude. Let's talk about it." You know? And I was like, yeah, I think that's how a lot of art happens. It's just like, being vulnerable, being yourself, and sharing that, and then people either feel you or you don't.
Yeah. Exactly.
You either get it or you don't.
Yeah.
Can't make you.
Yeah. True.
It's a shame if you don't.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah. No, definitely. I really appreciate you sharing it all, and just cool to have your perspective about it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Of course.
I think that's really cool what you're doing, and I think it's a really special, important thing to talk about, because we live in a very special, important place. And I
agree. And during a very hard time to be young and broken an artist here. So it's
absolutely.
Like, how are people doing it? How are you making it happen? And like, is it worth it? Is it not? You know, all of that. Because to me it is, but I grew up here, so I feel like it's different than if you move here and then don't know anybody and meet people. You know what I mean? It's like, I had it like the easiest way to get in, so it's just, but I always think about, if I hadn't have grown up in San Francisco, like, would I have come here? Like, I always think about that, like, or would I have gone, like, to New York or LA if I was, like, trying to be a musician, you know what I mean? Like, what is it that draws people here,
it's special. I think that from what I've seen, I don't know, I haven't spent much time in LA. I've been to New York. They're both huge. They're all huge. So even if you find yourself, like, kind of making headway in one regard there, I feel like it's a whole world. What's important work? What is being prolific, like, a big part of it? Is it what makes it important for a lot of people. You feel that when you go to these places. You're like, the notoriety is what kind of drives people.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like being here, I feel like a lot of people are, you know, creating to create. And that's just what I've noticed in like the small amount of times that I've spent elsewhere. Yeah, no, I feel like there's a huge presence of very genuine, creative people in the city, and I'm really grateful to be a part of that and see people make something of that. 'Cause it's like,
Yeah.
that's so cool.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree too. I feel like here it's very accepting.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, that whereas New York and LA, it's very competitive
Mm-hmm.
because there's so much industry there. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's like people go there to make it to the next level. Whereas in San Francisco, it's like that totally happens for people in
Yeah.
San Francisco and the Bay. But I don't think it's necessarily everyone's intention
No.
fully with doing music and art. It's kind of like there's a lot of like I'm doing this also just for me and like
Right.
for it to be with my friends, and it doesn't always have this kind of like, oh, well, do you know this person, or like I played with this band, or blah blah blah, or like, how
Right.
do you play this club, or you know what I mean? It's like I feel like New York and LA can be a little bit more
Yeah.
sceney, clicky like that.
Because I feel like, yeah, people come here too. It's like, I feel like it's like very like job centric, tech centric.
Totally.
You know, people are like, that seems to be what people take San Francisco for, but it's like, no, there's like this brilliant presence that kind of like is like teeming underneath the surface. But it's like, and then it's so brilliant. I see it all the time, especially here. Like the Mission does a good job of like being like, let's have more shows, let's have a parade, let's play music in the street. You know, it's
Yeah.
I like see a lot of that here, and that's cool.
Yeah.
More
Oh,
live.
yeah, take it. More, come on.
Yeah, do it.
I know, dude.
I love it.
I love it too.
Yeah.
I do. I hope that. I don't think that could ever fully leave. I think that spirit is so like ingrained in the fabric of the city. I feel like there's been a lot of like insecurity and fear around like what's going to happen to art in San Francisco. It feels so drastically under siege by all of the tech and shit, you know? And just how many people are moving here to not do that and to not even give a fuck about it.
Yeah.
You know, and that can feel very alienating and like isolating.
Yeah.
But I also feel like there's this way that it's like San Francisco might be the underdog right now in terms of art, but it's like it's still here, and I don't think that'll ever you can't fully stamp out that.
Hell no.
That's just so a part of the thing, and visually it's just so beautiful. It's like how could it not be art? The way it looks alone, it's like it has to have artists because it's so beautiful.
It's like a living,
It's
moving
the
painting.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's like
no, it's this is an incredible place. I love it. I love it. I have a lot of love for it. Yeah. So.
Me too. Always San Francisco till I die.
Yeah.
I'll come visit you in the desert though.
Yeah,
That sounds
please,
fun.
please. You can, you know,
I'll bring my 10 kids out.
I love it.
My brood.
Oh, you're gonna have some
So,
cute kids.
hopefully not dead. Thanks.
Yeah.
I hope so. I know. I hope they're all really chunky babies.
Yeah, I see that. That's in the cards for sure.
I think so. But we'll
Yay!
see. Thank you so much. Here,
Yeah,
I'll
dude.
keep my phone recording.
That was sick.